Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. First, apologies if I sound odd or a little low energy. I woke up to a nasty, nasty cold this morning. I've already gone through about 85 pounds of tissues. But we're going to try. We're going to try and power through, and hopefully it doesn't make blood come out of your ears. We shall see. So I thought this was kind of wild. Definitely wanted to talk about this because it kind of reminded me a little bit of the whole Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark thing with the retirement jerseys and what a big deal that Asia Wilson fans were making because it ended up on the same day. And, Asia Wilson had to wait longer for her jersey to be retired. And then, of course, it turns out that she had already had a statue built. Well, that is what people are talking about when it comes to Angel Reese right now. Calls mount LSU to make major Angel Reese decision after NCAA tournament loss. The LSU Tigers were hoping to return to the Final Four for the first time since their 2023 national championship, but fell short in the Elite Eight against the familiar opponent, the UCLA Bruins. It's kind of weird when they frame things like this. I mean, it's 2025. For the first time since their 2023 national championship. Come on, man. That was only 2 seasons ago. Marked the second straight Elite Eight loss for LSU. Keep that in mind, by the way, as we get to something else for going forward in this video that we're going to talk about. Following last season's disappointment, also the first year since Angel Reese transitioned to the WNBA, now playing for the Chicago Sky. I'm not sure how that is relevant. Now, obviously, this article is about Angel Reese, but they lost in the Elite Eight when she was there last year. It's not like they lost in the Elite Eight last year when she was there, and this year they didn't even make the tournament. Like I said, Tigers were underdogs heading into this. And then here we go. Following the loss, fans took to social media to express how much Reese's presence was missed. Again, as I just said, but we'll get to that in a second. One post on X sparked a heated debate calling for LSU to retire Reese's jersey and build a statue in her honor. The post, which garnered over 80,000 views, received mixed reactions. It sure did. Now here's that post. But first, by the way, this also reminded me of Shaq's ridiculous statement. And of course, I know he was doing it he has a financial stake in Angel Reese. I don't know the details, so I don't want to say anything and get me wrong. But obviously, with um, Reebok and Shaquille O'Neal, there's an interest there to promote her. But I remember how absurd it was when he said the greatest athlete to ever come out of LSU. I don't even think she's a very good athlete at all. And if you ever want to take a moment and do a deep dive into athletes that have come out of LSU, she's probably not even the top 100, and that's just like football and basketball. But anyway, as my takeaway from today, LSU, it's time to retire Angel Reese jersey and build that statue ASAP. I don't think they're winning another championship anytime soon, one fan agreed. This is participation trophy mentality come to jersey retirements and statue building. Could you imagine if every time a team didn't win a championship after a great player left that won a championship, there would be no jersey numbers left for anybody? And by the way, this is why I said keep in mind about the Elite Eight loss. My takeaway from today, LSU, it's time to retire Angel Reese jersey. I guess that's supposed to be Angel Reese's jersey number and build that statue. Yet, Angel Reese was a senior last year when they got torched in the Elite Eight by Iowa and Caitlin Clark. So how can that be your takeaway from today? In fact, it should be the opposite. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just making a point based on this thought process that she's not deserving of that at all because they got just as far without her this year as they got with her last year. So that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then, as this person said, and this you got a little pushback from actual LSU fans as opposed to Angel Reese fans, right? These are Angel Reese fans, LSU fans. Like here's one: Sylvia Fowles is an LSU legend and doesn't even have a statue. Simone Augustus just got hers, and it was much deserved, right? Like they're towers above Angel Reese. Basically, because that win was all on her back, one fan emphasized. Was it though? Was that win in 2023 all on her back? Well, here we go. And I've said this before. Angel Reese was 5 of 12. Okay. She grabbed 10 boards. She was 5 of 12. That's not terrible. She had 15 points, 10 rebounds. Okay. I don't know how to say this. Apologies. Ladazia Williams, 9 of 16, 20 points. Alexis Morris, 8 of 14, 21 points, 9 assists. And then here, to me, is the unsung hero of that championship team for LSU, and that's Jasmine Carson coming off the bench to score 22 points in only 22 minutes on only 8 shots. Yes, she was 7 for 8, 5 of 6 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 22 points on 8 shots. Uh, I don't want to say that's the best points per shot taken in a game of someone who scored at least 20 points ever, but I'm gonna say it's pretty darn good, okay? So to say Angel Reese was on her back for that championship. Now look, Angel Reese had a good tournament surrounded by a whole lot of other good players. But no, the championship game itself was certainly not Angel Reese putting LSU on their back. Carson had 22, Morris had 21, Williams had 20. And again, Carson, 22 points in only 22 minutes on 8 shots. So I have to wait 4 more years for that. I'm not sure why. A statue I could understand, but a jersey retirement is crazy. Look, I know it's going to be tough to get into because people say, well, what about Clark's jersey, specifically to the jersey? Yeah, well, that was very unusual. Most people don't get their jersey retired that quickly. But I think when we look at the history of Iowa and you look at Caitlin Clark being the greatest women's player to come out of college, it just didn't make any sense for them to wait. It just didn't make any sense. So but here's some of the stuff LSU did just as well this year, right? Elite Eight exit as they did last year. Meanwhile, Iowa lost 4 rounds earlier this year than last year. He led them to their only championship. They've had great players, but never won. Again, just because you won a national championship doesn't get your jersey retired, especially again, if we look at this. Well, are we retiring Williams' number, Morris's number, and even more importantly, Carson's number? Because based on the team in the championship game, if I had to pick one player, it's absolutely Carson because that is the unexpected, right? That is the X factor. Did I mention 22 points on 8 shots in only 22 minutes? Reese was 5 of 12. She had a solid game, but she was not it. She was what, fourth or fifth on that team because Flojo only had 10, but she was solid, right? She had 10 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. So, to say it's because of that game is absurd, and they're gonna goes to that mentality with because they know that's all she has to point to. They're gonna be like, "Championship, LSU championship," but she didn't lead the team anyway. Yeah, she was important to their run. A lot of college players are important to their team's runs to a championship. They don't have statues immediately, ever, immediately or ever, and they don't have their jersey retired. Wait, LMA? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. A statue? She can't even hit a layup. Team was loaded with transfers. Crazy. Basically, because that's the comment I read in the article. Basically, because that win was all on AR's back, which of course it wasn't. for what? Being the second or so best player on a title team, as you could see in the title game, not. Statue for what? Y'all reaching. And by the way, also let's go back to last year in the Elite Eight. Okay, so in the game LSU won from the championship game against Iowa, she was okay. You saw the numbers. Now, in their loss last year in the Elite Eight, you could say the loss was on Angel Reese. In 36 minutes, she was 7 for 21 from the field. Yes, she grabbed 20 rebounds. Half of them are offensive. You know that she does not kick the ball out when she gets an offensive rebound. So they got nothing out of it because she was 7 for 21. By the way, also 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Okay. So Angel Reese is a big part of the reason they got knocked out in the Elite Eight last year. So, yeah, so it's kind of wild. It was good there was one other one that I definitely wanted to show you is kind of wild if we go down here. And like I said, you can do a who's who of athletes coming out of LSU, and none of them have a statue. Well, I shouldn't say none of them. I believe Shaq has a statue, someone actually said he didn't. But just I want to get to this because even though this isn't correct, Shaq has a statue. But to that point, right? Joe Burrow, LSU, no statue. Justin Jefferson, I believe that is correct. I couldn't find that he is. I believe Shaq does have a statue. But again, to my point, Joe Burrow, Shaq, Justin Jefferson, a lot of big name athletes have come out of LSU that don't have these things. Please tell me why Angels should have one. Maybe just do a brick memorial for her on the wall, walk to the stadium. It's more appropriate. He belongs in the Hall of Fame right now. That is absolutely absurd. But anyway, I just thought this was kind of interesting. Definitely wanted to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See, I can't even talk today. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to y'all later.